like anti-human or something?
No, we're anti.
About?
We want to encourage people to not have kids.
Why?
Well, one, there's like the moral and ethical dilemma of, you know, bringing someone here without their consent and not being able to guarantee anything in
Sounds
life
pretty
for
anti-human.
them. It's not though.
If
we
you don't
want
want humans to exist, that's anti-human.
But we want to help humans that are here now today, and we think that should
humans
be the
have
focus.
to procreate to stay on the planet.
But why do we have to stay? We're in the 6th mass species extinction right now. So like
You're under serious mind control if you hate your own species that much.
I don't hate my own species. I would prefer that we don't suffer at all, actually.
You guys are sad. This is so,
Why?
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It's ridiculous.
Like, that's crazy.
Your parents had you guys. What happened?
What do you mean?
I mean, if they didn't have me, I wouldn't know the difference anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, you guys need to go back.
I'm not being deprived when I don't exist.
Not from LA. If you're not from LA, get the fuck out of
And
here.
if my mom had the option, she would have.
We're from planet Earth and we're on planet Earth. He said if you're not from LA, get the fuck out of here.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, where have you been all my life? I've been saying that forever. Are you like a party of 2 or is there an army?
Just 2 of us tonight. If you'd like to join us, we'll be doing this through Sunday out here in the area.
I've always said the #1 problem in the world is population. Slow it down, things will get better.
Yeah, less humans, less problems.
And people always say to me, oh, you can't do that. Fucking A, you can.
I mean, we're inspiring people just like this, and we're trying to encourage people to care for a life that's already here and in need. There's so much.
It's like dog shelters. Adopt a dog. Don't buy a purebred.
Hello.
You guys.
Thank you very much.
When I was young, there was all this stuff about overpopulation. I didn't have any kids.
Good.
I didn't see a need.
Good.
But since then, it's like everybody says you didn't have kids. Why didn't you have kids? Well, I didn't need them. I didn't want them. Yeah. Everybody else was having them. Right.
The only need there really is helping life that's already here, which is there's so much of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the houseless people everywhere, kids in foster care, animals, in all kinds of situations. So that's what we believe the priority should be.
I'm so pleased to see you out here. It warms my heart. I've even said to other people, you know, whatever happened to overpopulation? It's going on.
It's so obviously it's gotten worse and worse.
And
it's so stigmatized.
Bigger and bigger, and there's no water, and there's no food, and there's no this, and there's no that. And young people, they say we can't afford to have kids, and they need to know you don't have to have kids. Nobody said you ever had to.
Yeah, we're letting people know because a lot of people don't even know that it's an option.
That's what a woman my age recently. I said, you know, I never wanted kids. She said, I never thought it was an option not to have kids. And I said, well, you know, we were born when there was birth control. We were the first generation with birth control. And the minute there was birth control, we had an option. Yeah.
Hello.
My favorite sign is parenthood regret is a silent epidemic.
And why is that your favorite sign? Just curious.
Because I remember my mother telling me that she and my father, I was in my 20s, and went to a dinner party and they went around the table and every single person said they wouldn't have children again except my mother's force, that she was not one of them.
Like if they could go back in time, they wouldn't have had kids? Yeah, and that's, see the sign's so accurate. We get that from people all the time.
But I mean, it's a little funny, right?
Hello.
You guys look like jackasses.
Really? Why is that?
Totally.
You should stand.
I love satire.
No, it's real. It's very important issues.
Okay.
What's so funny?
You are.
Do you think mental health with teenagers is a concern?
I think my wife's a psychologist, so obviously I think mental health.
Yeah, because we're seeing mental health in kids and teenagers deteriorating like crazy right now, and the suicides are at an all-time high. It's just not a very a great and safe world to bring new life into, and there's so much life that's already here in need. So we're trying to encourage people to foster and adopt.
Oops.
Yeah, I mean, we want to encourage people to like think about the potential future outcomes of the kids that they could have, what they could face in the future.
You know, there may be ways to go about doing that.
What would you suggest?
I'm not sure that you make yourself seem terribly credible.
Oh, what would you suggest we do?
Something that's not so confrontational.
So, can you give an example?
You know, I would do something. I mean, you're getting obviously my attention, but I'm not taking you seriously. So.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are, so it's definitely working.
Or is it that left to someone's own choice in any relationship?
Do you have a question?
I'm so interested in this conversation.
Oh, you can just listen to the conversation.
No, just like in this general
okay.
Not having children.
Yeah. So we're just setting up right now. We just got here. But yeah, so this is called Stop Having Kids. And it's a very long, multifaceted thing. But first off, by being out here with these signs, getting people to think about procreation, bringing humans into existence. The reality is that most humans, when they have kids, they don't even think beforehand. And sometimes they do have reasons, but they're always really self-focused and selfish. Like, just a few examples of like the really common reasons are: I want someone to take care of me when I'm older. I want to give meaning or purpose or direction to my life. I want to fit in with friends and family. Stuff, and it goes on and on. And we think it's unethical to be bringing kids into the world, and we think we should be helping those who already exist and in need. There's so much of that. Everyone in California knows there's houseless people everywhere. California has the most amount of kids in the foster care system. Millions and millions of non-human animals in need. And then also we should just be helping the environment by bringing someone into existence. That's the most environmentally destructive thing we can do. And a lot of people act like having kids is just a personal choice and it's like not a big deal, but it's like it's not a personal choice. Like deciding to have kids is a personal choice for sure, but once you bring someone into existence, it's not personal anymore, because now there's that new human who didn't ask. Yeah, exactly. It affects everyone. That human who is born, life that's already here, life that will be here in the future, and the environment. And people are just not really talking about these things. They're not thinking about these things. And
the thing is, like, you kind of say like, oh, I don't want kids, and it's seen as like a moral like deficiency. You know?
Exactly.
It's so weird.
Yeah, you've probably gotten that a lot if you've told people you don't want kids.
I'm kind of like, I'm leaning towards it, and I've come from like wanting children 100% to now I'm like, oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of people like that now.
Yeah, I'm like 75% no, like a tiny bit part of me is like, maybe, but most of me is like, it's really irresponsible. Like we're killing the human race.
Yeah.
So like it's really irresponsible to bring children into that and then expect them to like deal with the mess.
Exactly, because there's all these problems that are pretty much unrepairable at this point. That are going to just continue to be exacerbated, and climate change is going to get worse every year. It's going to get hotter and hotter. As ridiculous as it sounds, like we might be running out of oxygen at some point because of what we're doing to the rainforest and the oceans. Yeah. And there's tons of awareness about this stuff, and we got all these environmental organizations that are very well funded, but we're not seeing things change. And we've never seen a nonprofit close their doors because they achieved their goal. There's nonprofits for so many things you could probably think of, and none of them have achieved their goal. And as populations expand, these problems expand.
And
so
none of them are saying don't have kids.
Exactly, and that's the source of everything. Like, stop having kids is getting to the absolute source.
I saw the intergenerational thing, and I was like, you know what? I feel like this generation is finally starting to wake up to that and realize like how interconnected like our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, like all of that trauma has been passed down to us, and we're only just starting to become aware of it.
Yeah.
And at this point for sure I would not have children, because I'm like, I got a lot of shit I need to heal.
Yeah.
First, like, so I don't accidentally pass it on.
Yeah.
To my child.
I talked to a guy the other night who said he wants to have 2 kids, and I was making a lot of points, and one of the things I said is that like the world's just like really fucked up, and he agreed with me. He's like, yeah, the world's really fucked up now, and I think he's implying that, but it's going to get better, or but it really could get better. And I said to him, when was the last time the world wasn't fucked up? Like, can you think of a time when the world wasn't fucked up?
When did it get better?
And when did it get better?
And if we were talking about morality, why would you guys fucking be here? Do you guys generally believe this stuff? That no one should biologically have kids?
I mean, yeah,
a husband and a wife should not have kids? That's what you guys...
I think you should help existing life, yeah.
Okay, and I honestly, fucking, you know, adoption is wonderful. I believe that. But to believe, go past that, and to think that a husband and a wife that should not have fucking a couple kids that love each other biologically is to imply that they're bad people.
I never said that. I never said that they're bad people. I never said you were a bad person at all. I just said that I think it's wrong. That's all.
Are you just assuming that, like, if she's unhappy at all, it's because she didn't have kids?
To minus the population here? I know it's hard because people never ask you about this stuff, but
we get asked about this stuff all the time. We've had tons of conversations with people tonight.
I don't understand. You genuinely don't want people to have biological kids, and you want people to
have good parents. These parents, his mother's.
If you love someone, why would you bring them into a world like this?
He has his mother.
I agree with you, man. The world right now
my dad murdered
is very
my mother,
twisted.
So why would you want to bring new life into it?
His mother has
sure, but so are you just going along like?
If you're raised
are you
by
just
his
going
mom,
along
you're
like
not.
the world is shit?
You can't say that's.
I mean, humans have drastically altered the world. It's pretty bleak.
You don't know that.
No, I agree with you. The world is like fucked up right now.
Yeah. Well, when was the last time it wasn't? When was the last time it wasn't fucked up?
Is that the argument?
When was the last time the world was not fucked up?
I should not bring kids into this world?
Yes.
So that's why you guys are standing here, is because I should not bring kids into this world?
You can do whatever you want. You can go home and make kids tonight.
2 kids and they're going to be healthy and you don't marry.
Yeah, this air pollution is going to be great for them. It's going to prevent them from getting cancer.
They could get cancer and die, and I could get cancer.
You might have bad might happen.
You're risking somebody else's life.
You're pushing that onto someone else.
Risking somebody else's life.
So having a child, right? Just like my parents had me.
Yes.
Right, so it's a risk. It's a risk.
Yeah.
So we should not have a risk having any kids anymore.
Don't take any risks. Don't take a risk to get a job you like. Don't take a risk on Kevin.
We're not telling people to not take those kinds of risks.
Wait,
that's not pushing stuff onto other life.
Don't take a risk.
You're saying don't have a kid because the kid could become fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm fucked up.
We're realistic with this. Like, our goal isn't to get the whole human species to stop having kids. That'd be completely ridiculous. Now, other like nonprofits say like, oh, we're ending rape, we're ending child abuse, we're ending environmental destruction, etc., etc. We're not ending anything. We're just trying to change stuff. We're trying to streamline these ideas and conversations and stuff, and give people more personal empowerment and options, so people realize that having kids is an option, because so many think it's an obligation.
I love that, because I just feel like, and like nobody's even told me this, but I just feel like I've had it ingrained in me that if I don't want children, I'm like some evil person.
Yeah.
That's like not caring and not nurturing.
Exactly. People will say that you're selfish for not having kids, but no, it's
the opposite.
Yeah.